everybody out there in beer land. It's your old buddy John, and Vic's Velo rhymes with J-Lo. How you doing, Vic?
I'm doing great. Thank you, John. Real
So
good.
this is so we're pretty excited about tonight. So this is our winner's show. This is the winner's show for the Homebrew Harvest Competition that we ran, the Benefit Brewery Strong. Monday night, we all got together, and Vic and I got 12 judges from the industry, and we judged beers. Vic and I did not judge. We handed everything out because we knew whose beers were who. So it was a blind judging, and I don't know, Vic, it went pretty well. What do you think?
I thought it went fantastic. I want to thank the judges for all coming out, because we got all judges from the beer industry. We didn't have someone we grabbed off the street that said, "Oh, I'm going to give this beer a 10 because it's blueberry and I don't like blueberry." It's not like Untappd ratings. It was really very intricate judging. The judges did a fantastic job. And really, overall, the judges said all the beers were fantastic.
Yeah. In fact, I had a conversation with Guy Corrado, and guys like, people were like, your entry fee was a little bit high. And I was like, well, we're raising money for a charity, so we want it to be a little bit high. And Guy, about 3/4 way through the competition, he's like, every beer that we got here tonight was extremely drinkable, really well done. And I think it's a testament to not only the popularity of craft beer, but, our homebrew shops, Fermented and Keg and Barrel and Eastern Homebrew, really helping people through it. Having that in-person kind of, teaching kind of thing, which all of those guys do in those shops. And we'd like to thank them so much for being sponsors, to help us pay for the event so that all the money that we could raise would go to Brewery Strong. Also for Circle Liquors and our friend Jordan and Bill and everybody over there. Thanks for them for sponsoring. It really something, I think, of all the things we've ever done, Vic, this is my favorite thing so far.
I think so. We had a great time. It was a lot of work because you and I were working our asses off.
Well, I will say this, that Vic probably worked more ass off than I did. Vic had spreadsheets going on and all kinds of other stuff, but Vic, I want to thank you because this was Vic's idea. This was Vic's baby. Vic's daughter made the graphics, and Vic talked to, the people at the homebrew guys, got it all together, got together with Guy, got together with Scott, got together with Eric, and, put it all together. So thank you, Vic, and to Benefit Brewery Strong, which is something near and dear to my heart. Something that, so we'll have people on here tonight that can talk about that a little bit more. But, we're going to kind of tease the winnings real quick. We're going to let it go to a little bit at the end. But I want to talk about a couple things. Let's talk about, the judging. So our judging, we had, for those of you who were not there, we had Crystal and Josh Lockman, two of the owners of Axonaro Brewing. We had Jack from Dr. Brew Littles. We had Guy Corrado from Eastern Homebrew. Tom Renzoli, who has been, he was our designated South Jersey Beer Scene judge, was judging. Alexis Deegan was there, lately of the New Jersey Brewers Association. We also had, who else do we have, Vic, there? We had Rich Dennis, who writes for us, also one of the guys from NJCB. We had, who else? We had Fun Bobby. We had Rob Callahan. We had Jordan Crawford from Circle Liquor, another sponsor. Thank you so much. We had Adam from Garden State. Jason Stairs, one of the owners of Garden State. And what was really, what's that?
Mark Haney.
And Mark Haney. Mark Haney, beer writer extraordinaire. Somebody who's been doing this for a really long time. And it was nice to talk to him too, because he was like, I've done a lot of these, and this was a really nice competition with a lot of people, that made some great beers. And if I could, I want to thank Garden State Brewing Company, because we just came to them with an idea. And I know Adam is my son-in-law, so I kind of have a little bit of in, but this is a big ask for a brewery to let them open up the brewery to an amateur brewer to come brew something on their system that they have to sell. So thanks, Jason, Carissa, Adam, Jen, Courtney, who worked all night. Running glasses.
Nice job for us. Absolutely.
I mean, everybody at Garden State, they were so awesome. They closed the place down. We social distanced. We all wore masks except when we were drinking, and it really worked out well. So I'm going to bring some people in here that were at the competition. We're going to talk a little bit about, how we did this. Look how crooked my brim is. Kivowitz, I need a new one, bro.
Mine was also, that's why I'm not wearing it.
So I'm going to add. We got my friend and my son-in-law Adam from Garden State Brewing Company. I have Jordan Crawford.
What's up, guys?
Circle Liquors, and my buddy. No, I gotta get my buddy in here. I'm trying to add him. There he is, Fun Bobby himself, Rob Callahan, the president of Brewery Strong, and also works for Tuckahoe Brewing Company. Was also one of the judges. So, guys, I'm going to go to you, Jordan, first because you're a beer guy. Let's talk about your first. You judge beers every day because you decide what goes on the shelf. Circle Liquors. Talk to us a little about this competition and what you thought about it.
Well, I was very impressed with most of the beers I had, almost all the beers. I was impressed with the setup you guys had there. Adam, thanks for that. It was really nice. This proper social distancing. Everybody, water at the tables, pretzels, something to cleanse your palate when you needed it. But the beers, man, they really, I was very surprised. And the fact, I love doing these blind because you go in with an open mind. You're not, oh, I know this guy. I know he's been brewing beers. This one has, that one hasn't. So it was a very fun event, and you guys did a great job. And I thank you for letting me be part of it. It was really fun.
Well, it was fun for us too to involve you. Circle Liquors is a big supporter of South Jersey beer scene. We love what you do for the local beer community, South Jersey, North Jersey, local guys, little guys. You're a big part of that. And Bill, I'll give a shout out to Bill. Thank you, Bill. For everybody, everybody that's over there really does a good job supporting local breweries. In fact, while I was there, Jordan was brokering with the Lockmans about bringing more Axonara beer into Circle Liquors, which was awesome. And then he goes over to Jack from Brew Littles, he's
a character. He's a character.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
And Rob, of course, who Tuckahoe Beer's been on the shelf there for years. Callahan.
Yo.
What were your thoughts? First of all, I want to say it was a blind tasting. You guys did not know what you were getting. We mixed them up.
Just getting a sampler and not knowing what this, this is the style. That's it. I thought it was interesting. Like the beers were great. It was nice. Sitting with Jordan, I would bring up the beer style so that we could look at, just make sure we were making the right comments and whatever. And it was good. I think everybody did a great job. You guys had it so well organized that sometimes I wasn't finished by the time you were getting ready to bring me the next beer.
But to that point, what was nice was, and all the brewers that are watching right now, we have your sheets. We're going to get copies of them to you. Very thoughtful comments. I went through, I think we had 44 or 45 entries, somewhere around there. A couple guys couldn't get there, but we just about everybody else did. The comments that you guys took the time to write, I think they were all very positive, very helpful. I think that as a home brewer, I think they were great. I mean, Vic, we looked at a bunch of them, and more than any other contest we've done, I think that the people took their time and really, really filled those sheets out. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, some of the guys in my club, have said they enter competitions and, they find out that they didn't win, but they don't get any of the comments back. So they don't know what they could have done differently and, what could have been changed on the beer. And this is important for a home. This is a big deal for a home brewer to get their beer brewed on a commercial system. So, it's very important to them. So they really are going to appreciate having those sheets with the comments and knowing, what some beer experts actually thought of their beer.
And Adam, you're sitting there judging, and you and Jason and the gang there are going to be brewing this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be a little bit of different thing. So what are some of the things that are running through your head as you're judging these beers?
Well, it was a little nerve-wracking at first because I've judged beers, but I've never done a BJCP sanctioned event. So like Vic was saying, and Jordan and Rob, I tried my best to provide comments of feedback where it needed to be, and also emphasize when something was done well for that style. But like you were saying, John, we're going to be brewing it. So all the beers that were coming to us that tasted great, I didn't know which one was going to win, but there were a lot that I would have loved to brew at GSB.
And I'm going to tell you, Tom and I have, since we've done this, we've been asked to judge a lot of competitions. And we'll go to some competitions, and I'm like, we'll get a pineapple, habanero, mango, pepper, triple IPA with, like one of these things. And look, God bless you if you can do that. I don't brew beer. I live for people to brew beer for me. So in this competition, Vic and I would pour the beer out and we'd say, well, let's get a little sip of that, maybe on some of them. And I'm telling you, Vic, if it wasn't a homebrew competition, I would have thought we were at a brewery. I mean, there were some really interesting styles, alt beers and English ales and some of the ambers and how creative people were. They didn't go crazy with a million adjuncts, which I know is something that Adam was probably like, oh God, please don't have a habanero marshmallow double,
just a little bit.
something.
Easy, man. I make my brewers put all kinds of adjuncts on these.
But I mean, I think that what I'm saying is I was so blown away by the quality of the beer. I mean, we have some really, really good home brewers.
Man.
Good, Rob. I see.
And I like that you kept it traditional like that. Like that was great. Like Rob and I, we had a great oatmeal stout. It was fabulous, traditional style. Like reminded me of old school Sam Smith. Like it was beautiful. So it was really cool.
Yeah, we had a Marzen. The Marzen was good, and like I commented no different than I would comment to Corey and Mike in the brew house. Tell this might need some more carb or whatever. We sample everything before we package it. So I might say, hey, this isn't carved enough, or the head retention's not good. So it's something I look at. I mean, I've never judged in that style event before, so I basically pulled up the beer style every time, so that I was making sure I commented true to the style as well.
Yeah, and I think also is my daughter putting silverware away there, Adam?
No, I put the silverware away at home.
I was checking. I can hear something in my head.
Oh, is that Jess?
Is that Jess putting silverware away?
It could be.
Anyway, so for the evolution of these competitions, and everybody knows, that watches us, that Vic is the head of the Ocean County Homebrewers Association. A great bunch of guys. You got guys that are brewing. Ian's out brewing for Tom's River now, and you guys have such good, solid relationships with your breweries in your area, and this feedback is so invaluable. And hopefully it keeps people. We're trying to be positive. Like one of the things we talked about is let's be positive. Let's give guys positive feedback to show them where things need to be to help them brew a better beer. And that's your mission when you run a homebrew club, right, Vic? Yeah,
absolutely. And actually we have Al, one of our members who brews at Fry Brewing now. He's actually watching now too. So how you doing, Al? But yeah, that's there's so much to learn. I've been in the club, I guess, for 4 years now, and the knowledge I have as far as brewing has grown exponentially. I'd say 500% from where I actually started. And that's part of the homebrew community. When you belong in a club that's active like that, like Ocean County Homebrewers, like Brew Jersey too, clubs like that really is where you get to talk and learn from each other. And any brewer will tell you that, how do you really learn? And it's really by learning from, your partners and the guys that you're working with. So it was a really, really great event. I'm very pleased. And really, I'm very proud. I'm going to shout out to my Ocean County home brewers for being so well represented as far as the entries are concerned. So thank you.
And let's say hi to Justin or Jordan's cousin, Austin.
Yeah, my
one
buddy.
Of our friends
He's
from
the man.
Tuckahoe. One of our friends from the Tuckahoe Inn.
Great guy.
What a good dude. Hey, Austin, it's good to see you watching. So I don't want to keep everybody in suspense, and let's start talking about the categories. So we have 4 categories, and let's start with the ambers, Vic. We had a lot of ambers. I think we had double digit entries.
Yeah.
Very imaginative entries. The scoring was I'm going to say this right away. Our scoring was all within a point. Second place was broken by a tiebreaker with this highest individual score on a score sheet. But literally some of the scores were all within one of each other. Like if we had the judges, we got all the sheets from the judges, they were all in the same neighborhood, like within a point or two of each other. There was no 40, 40, 12. Like there was none of that. What's that? Fun Bobby put half points in like he was a Vegas football tiebreaker. But so let's talk about the ambers. We do have a winner. And Vic, do you want to announce the winner in the ambers?
Absolutely. The winner in the ambers is Dorian Saunders with the alt beer. Congratulations, Dorian.
Congratulations, Dorian. I will tell you this: Mark Haney, after the competition was over, came and looked for more. He was one of the judges that judged it, and it's a style that we don't see a lot out in the breweries. Scored very highly. Dorian, as we know, has won a couple competitions that we've judged before. The alt beer was fantastic. We had another alt beer that was like a point behind it from one of the local brewers here. If you're watching, you know who you are, which was fantastic as well. A great representation of the style. And Mark was out, Mark Haney, this is a guy that knows beer, was out looking afterwards. He's like, hey, where's number whatever? I think it was number 7. It's like, is there any more number 7? And we went and got one out of the cooler so he could drink it. So an alt beer. So that was our amber winner. Congratulations, Dorian. Dorian, for the guys, the 3 runners up, and there's Mark Haney. He's right on cue telling us it was great. Thanks, Mark. And to get that affirmation from somebody like Mark it's a big deal. I mean, that guy knows beer. He's forgotten more about beer than I know. So
John and I want to mention Dorian is from Brew Jersey, which is the Atlantic County Homebrew Club.
Yeah, and Dorian's recently, didn't he just get married?
I think he just got married, right? Dorian,
yeah, something, and we didn't know whether he was entered, but he came in late and entered, and that was great. So congratulations, Dorian. Each of the runners up for the main prize will be receiving a gift from Circle Liquors, from Fermented, and we have another gift that's going to go out to the guys. Plus, we have medals. Vic, do you have medals?
And all of the 4 category winners.
Do I get a medal?
I'll make you one. Participation.
Participation medal.
Hold it up in a ball. Who wants a medal? Who said they wanted a medal?
I want a medal, Vic.
So Vic, these will be in Zymergy magazine on the website.
I'm going to be reporting the results to the AHA, and I believe they put it in Zymergy magazine. So it'll probably be in the next issue. I think that's January or something that comes out. So congratulations, Dorian.
So we're going to move over to the English Ale section. We had a significant amount of entries in that as well. Go ahead, Vic.
English ales, I love this category. There's so many different ones, between English milds, bitters, etc., and so forth. So
all done so very well. This was the closest category of all of them.
I think that was the first beer that Jordan and I had was English mild, and I thought it was awesome.
Very well made.
The 5 of the 5 first beers were all separated by less than 2 points.
Wow.
I mean, it was that close. And they were good scores, not like they were on the higher end of the scores. So we have a winner for the English Ales. It was an English IPA by Vic.
English IPA by Rob Guthner of the Ocean County Homebrew Club.
And Rob, congratulations, Rob.
Congratulations.
And, that was another one where people came up afterwards and they were kind of saying, hey, is there any more of that? Let's try that, which was cool. So that was nice. So congratulations, Rob. You'll get your medal, and you don't have to take a picture with Vic, but it would be cool. I mean, we'll have a nice picture with Vic, as the president of the Homebrew Club. Porters and stouts.
That was the
biggest entry of all of them.
That was big.
Porters and stouts.
We had a ton of them.
What do we have? We had close to 20.
Yeah,
I
met with Vic on Sunday to go through all the entries, and that was like 65% of all the entries. So that was a tough category to win. There were a lot of standouts.
There were some damn good beers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Bobby and I gave our highest score to a stout. Yeah.
Jack
and Alexis.
Yep.
And after we were done, you guys were, that's a tough beer to brew. And you guys were all talking like, where's this one? And I had number 3 and you had number 7. Like, it was cool to see everybody coming up and asking to try it. Every judge didn't get to try every beer. But
I wanted to drink it again because it was so good. I was like, this is.
So the winner for the Porters and Stouts with an Imperial Stout was
Eric Schmale with his Imperial Stout. Eric, congratulations.
We're going to have a disclaimer here. Eric Schmale has fermented. He asked if he could enter. He did not judge any entries in his category and entered, and we allowed it. And he is the president of Brew Jersey and did a fantastic job with the Imperial Stout. It's one of the ones that I went back and tasted again.
Yeah.
And it was funny.
Yeah.
I think he was number 3. And I could hear you guys talking. It's like, hey, man, did you guys get number 3?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, man, Bobby, just smelling it, we knew it was quality. You saw the
Yeah.
color, you smelled it, top notch.
It had like head on it, like nice creamy color head. It was just everything that style was looking for. And like as soon as we smelled it, we were like, whoa.
Yeah, this is serious.
So, congratulations, Eric. You know, it's funny when we got there. For those of you who don't know Eric, he owns Fermented, and him and his wife Micah were there, and as sponsors, and you know they helped us out with some of the logistics of being able to pay for it so we could make more money for Brewery Strong. He was standing there, and I didn't recognize him because Eric hasn't cut his hair in like a year. And I said to Tom Renzulli, I'm like, who's that guy standing over there? Like, I had no idea who it was. He was just standing there. And, you know, it was just one of those things. So Eric has been a big supporter of South Jersey beer scene, you know, wants to help out with Brewery Strong. He's a great guy. Him and Micah, I just one of the reasons that I just love this whole community, and they're 2 big parts of it. So congratulations to Eric. Let's move on to the winner.
The new trick because of COVID, when you have a mask on, you're like, dude, who are you? I can't really see with my mask.
Yeah, I can do that. See, me, a little longer in the tooth, so we do that all the time anyway.
Guy Corrado was trying to get into the brewery doors, and I thought he was a customer. I was like, get out of here! Get out of here! And then he came around.
Lene Ewing is saying hi to you there, Rob.
Hi, Lene.
So, and Rich Dennis, yeah, thanks, Rich. Rich came out, and Rich does some writing for us, and also came out, and he's big with NJBC, and you know, yeah, he came out and did some judging for us. Thanks, Rich. Okay, so we're on to Winter Warmers. Winter Warmers had, I think, 8 or 9 entries, Vic.
Yeah, the Winter Warmers.
And a really cool category. Something that I really like. And I think all of them were done very, very well. And we do have a winner, though. And go ahead and announce that winner for us.
We do have a winner for the Winter Warmers. It's Dennis Koopmas from the Ocean County Homebrew Association with his Belgian Dark Strong.
I had that. That was good.
Very good, very good. You know, I didn't have it on Monday night, but I had it last night. We had a brewers meeting. Dennis was not alerted that he actually won. And it's a damn good Belgian. It's like I was chewing bubble gum. It had all of that proper,
I did try it. I went back and tried all the winners.
Really,
fantastic. Really. Great job, Dennis.
That's one of Dennis's favorite to beer. So congratulations, Dennis.
And Dennis won in that category by 2 points. So, I mean, we had a lot. I can't emphasize more how many great entries we had. I mean, from top to bottom, there was not a dud in the bunch. I know a couple people, we wanted people to just come and try it because you're going to get professionals to judge your beers and tell you where you're at. So it was, at the very least, it was great feedback, and the money is going right to Brewery Strong, so we can help people in the industry that are having a struggle right now. We're ramping back up to do what's to come. Yeah, we're ramping back up for round 2, and we're going to talk a little bit about that with Fun Bobby before we go. But so congratulations to Dennis. And is that all 4? Did I do all 4?
That's all 4 of our category winners right there.
So all 4 of our category winners, you guys each get a medal. You each get a little prize. And we had grand champions. So we didn't retaste. Excuse me. We just took the highest score. And the highest score was pretty high. So out of all of the entries here, I'm proud and happy to announce. You know what? I'm going to let you announce it, Adam, since you get to brew with them.
Well, you should do bronze, silver, and then gold.
Okay, so let's do that. So for the bronze medal, the bronze medal, thanks for correcting me. The bronze medal, which 3rd place, we just went purely by scores, goes to
Dorian
Saunders.
Saunders for the alt beer.
Dorian
And-
third place.
And let me tell you, between gold and bronze, there was 2 points separating.
Yeah,
2 points
it-
separating.
Wow.
Yeah. The silver medal for the competition goes to. Go ahead, Vic.
The silver medal goes to Dennis with the Belgian Dark Strong.
Yeah, and we had to go to score sheets for individual scores between second and third place.
Yep.
And the winner.
The half points are for.
Yeah, the half point didn't. The half point meant nothing. Didn't come into play. And the grand champion of the first ever South Jersey Beer Scene Homebrew Harvest Competition, which is going to make an annual thing, goes to Adam. Who are you going to brew with?
Eric Schmel.
Eric, congratulations, buddy.
Did I butcher his name?
Very well deserved.
Yeah, it was.
That beer was. I think it was unanimous. I mean, I know. I was judging an Imperial Stout, and I think Rob and Jordan were judging one. And just hearing each other's talk, like both of those beers were awesome.
Yep.
I don't know which one of us had his, but I guarantee that whichever one wasn't his, one of us had the other, and that definitely got second place.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and
it
there
was
was
good stuff.
There was a couple of beers that we were like, holy moly.
Yeah.
Like, how the heck, do you judge these? I mean, but having enough judges and having people that know what they're doing and to be able to put that trust in those people and actually get a winner out of this, because there was a lot of great beer. Like we had, like Jordan, you don't know what to expect when you do this. And I know, we were talking about it, and we said that, Jordan's like, well, what kind of beers do you get here? And I think you were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I very much so was, again, with just the classic styles. I really like that. That's a change of pace, but there was just a lot of great beer, and it was a great time. It was really fun. I hopefully you invite me back again.
Yeah, and there's we have some other brewery owners that want to do this, and we think it's a great idea. I don't know if we're going to do it 4 times a year, but maybe we'll do it semi-annually. We'll do something else. I mean, it's a tough time right now. I mean, we're heading toward another lockdown. Unfortunately, I think that's where we're going right now, and just to get a little bit of light to get some people to do some stuff like this. I think if this was a week later, we might not have been able to judge it the way that we did.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
That's right.
So to be able to raise some money for Brewery Strong, to give some good, honest feedback to a bunch of great guys. And I want to thank everybody who entered. I mean, there were some big entries in there from people that are, looking to open breweries and have been doing this a long time. We had the heavy hitters of the South Jersey home brewing game in here. And let me tell you what, they all brought it. And it was very, very cool. So here's our first rigged thing. Honest to God, guys. I mean, it was totally blind. I mean, Vic and I knew who the entries were, but nobody else knew anything. In fact,
we don't do here.
we were really stoked that we had such a great amount of beers that we could share. So let me pivot this real quick. So we're going to raise some money for Brewery Strong. I don't have the exact total yet. It's going to be a significant amount of money. And once we get the amount of money, I'll put it up on Facebook. We had a couple expenses that we had to take care of, and I have some other money that's coming in from people that want to do it. So wanted to add to it. So thank you so much. I also want to say this real quick. Thanks so much to, I already thanked them, but Courtney and Carissa and Adam and Jason and everybody at GSB, because I basically just called them up and said, hey, we want to do a beer competition. Are you guys in? And they just said, whatever you need. And, to have somebody do that and put their trust in us, they closed the place down. We did allow some Mud Club members from Garden State to come in there as long as they could socially distance. Courtney was awesome. Thank you, Abby. My Abby helped with the beers. Thank you, everybody that participated. It was my Abby first. You're renting. I own
my
it.
Abby last.
So it's me and Vic were very humbled by the amount of help that we got from Scott at Keg and Barrel, and Eric at Fermented, and Micah, and Guy from Eastern Homebrew, John Moorhead from the American Homebrewers Association, just to spend the time with a little South Jersey directed website and help us guide us to what we need to. There's a guy who does the GABF. I mean, he doesn't need to talk to me and Vic.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't talk to me at all, but he doesn't need to talk to Vic. He came and did a video podcast, helped Vic put the competition together. Not that Vic needed a bunch of help because he's great at what he does. So thank you to everyone. Circle Liquors, big thank you for you guys for what you do for the local craft beer community and what you do for South Jersey beer scene. So I'm done with all the mushy stuff, but thank you everyone. We're so very proud of this.
I want to, John, a little plug to Adam's Place there. You know, my guys came down and brought their beers, delivered them to Garden State, and they raved about the beers on tap there and the service they got. So,
thank you,
Adam. Thank you to you and your team. You know, pass that on to Jason and Carissa. They really did love it, and they'd never been there before, most of them. So you may get some repeat visitors.
I'm happy to hear that.
What did we have, Bobby? We had the cream ale with the coffee and the pumpkin, the caramel. That was a nice, very well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool beer.
Yeah,
and you guys are getting ready to can the Leeds Point Porter.
And Blue Jersey Friday. So I've been getting the tanks ready and zombing like crazy. Making sure
we will have it soon. We'll have it soon in Circle.
Hopefully.
Yeah, yes. The Porter is my favorite beer that you guys make. I mean, I think it's really, really well done.
That's a crowd favorite.
So it's nice. I got to see the sneak peek at the label. It's so Jersey, so Leeds Point, so awesome.
It is pretty cool. Carissa did a really nice job with that.
Sure. Yeah, so thank you. And Rob, let's talk a little bit about Brewery Strong. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about where we need to go and what we need and what we're looking for people to do.
So tonight before I went on, I sent you the new graphics with the New Jersey state in there. So we're going to start doing some Teespring online sales of long sleeve T-shirts as well as physical, where we're going to try, if allowable, we're going to try to do some pop-ups maybe outside of the Circle, maybe outside of Circle Liquor, maybe at a couple breweries if that's possible. We just don't know right now. But, you know, as a guy who travels to accounts every day, you know, and I see Jordan once a week and, you know, I talk to him every other week it's, this place has to close because, somebody tested positive for COVID. And, now you're seeing restrictions getting a little tighter. And, talking to staff people while I'm in there, they're, some of them are not getting their shifts that they always used to have, and they're, the shifts are shorter, or making less money. Who knows what's going to happen? And these people are going to need help in the wintertime. And to date, I mean, we raised $76,000, something like that. I don't know the exact number, and we've given out close to $50,000 in grants. While we were at the event, I came to you and I came to Crystal, and so, being the holidays and all, as a charity, we can give back to other charities as well. And Scott Cronick is having Operation Help at Chicken Pete's Monday. I think it's 4 to 6, might be 3 to 6, where it goes to the South Jersey Food Bank, which, is stressed to the max right now because there's so many people out of work and, people just don't have money for food. And so we're going to donate a check, as well as I have a food bank box at the brewery that we've been filling. Harrison Beverage helped me out, so that will make the check a little bigger than what we had. So it's a good thing. And, you just have to think about all your friends. Like, these people, we go to see these people all the time, and now we're not. And, they're paying the price because of a pandemic, and they need our help.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, my son works over at Vagabonds and EHT. They've been open and shut for COVID a bunch of times. He's worked 2 days in 2 weeks, not from his own doing. Customers come in and he waited on them. There's a whole thing going on here. It's not that these people don't want to work; they can't work. They're trying to work, they can't work. It's frustrating. I talked to my son tonight. It's frustrating. He wants to work, but he can't. And it's a really difficult world we're living in right now. This is not of anybody's choice. It's not we're giving somebody something to stay home. we want to be able to help, and what we give out, it may pay your electric bill. It'll get you a couple weeks worth of groceries. It'll, make it easier to put a tank of gas in your car so you can get your kids to school or whatever you need to do. But to be able to spread it around to a lot of people and see the help that we've done. I mean, Rob and I have handed out checks.
Yeah.
And to see what we've done and to see how people react, it's the best thing I've ever done in my life, other than my children and Adam. It's the best thing I've ever done. I really.
It makes you feel good. It's I go to places.
It's needed.
Thank you, and obviously they can't give you a hug, but we've helped some people that had some really serious issues where we're able to muster up some more money, and as my friend Lene got on there, she also helped by matching one of our checks that went to somebody who was terminal. So it's important that we keep this going. It's not only this is a long-term project for us, not just for a pandemic, but like for the restaurant industry and for the brewing industry, because we want to start scholarships to where, hey, a brewer wants to go to become a certified brewer, and somebody at the restaurant wants to become a cicerone. So like we're trying to spin it to where it just keeps going, and it does a lot of good for our industry.
Yeah, a lot of these people that work in the breweries, I mean, we have small businesses, they don't provide insurance because they can't. There might be 6 people working there.
Right.
We've had several instances where people did have insurance and they just couldn't cover their out of pocket, and we're able to help them. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can do with Brewery Strong. So if you're in the position that you can donate some money, I can assure you that 100% of the money that comes in goes out. We have very little expenses. We're doing it all on ourselves. We're doing grassroots. We finally had to break down and hire an accountant who is doing the job for us very, very cheaply because he believes in our mission. So the money that comes in is going right back out. Starting tomorrow, we'll have some new merchandise up on Teespring. It's a great way to get the name out there. We're going to do some pop-up stuff. If anybody has any fundraising ideas, we're all ears. I mean, between the 8 of us that are working in some kind of way on the board or as a trustee, all 8 of us really, really believe in this mission and really want to try and help more people out there. We want to reach out to our brothers and sisters in the liquor stores and, the places that are crazy right now with business, that maybe if you guys have an idea or you have some kind of thing that you can do to donate to help these people in this industry, we would love to hear from you.
You can just donate right on our website. There's a donate button, through PayPal or whatnot.
Email us. We'll come pick up cash.
Yeah.
Email us. We'll come pick up a check. Message us on
I see a
Facebook.
golf tournament in our future, maybe in the spring.
Yeah, and as things get a little bit more normal, which they will at some point, we want to be able to pivot this and help people in the industry that want to go to school, that want to go to the Siebel Institute, that want to be able to get their beer servers in their restaurants and bars cicerone certified. We want to be able to help people, restaurant workers and bar workers and brewery workers, or some of those people that fall through the cracks, part-time, no insurance, that kind of stuff. They're serving you your beer, they're serving you your food, and we certainly, Rob and Adam and you guys, and it would be hard for you guys to survive without these people that are slinging your beers.
Absolutely. I mean, I just saw Jeff Thomas commented, and Jeff's business has been affected by this whole pandemic.
Yes.
And some of his people were recipients of grants and whatnot. And listen, kudos to them. And same with my ownership, like to keep us going, through the pandemic. Taking out these loans that you don't know what's going to happen. Like, who knows if they're going to forgive them or not? We don't know that. It's the unknown. And keeping your employees working is, that's an admirable thing.
So if you guys have anybody that that's out of work, go to brewerystrong.org, fill out the grant application. We're not vetting like you're going into the Supreme Court. We're vetting to make sure that you're somebody that needs it. That was for fun, Bobby. We're vetting to make sure that you need it, that you actually were working where you said you worked. We've had a great relationship with the restaurant, bar, and brewery owners who are, understand what we're trying to do. So if anybody knows somebody, spread the word. We are going to be setting out another round of grants in the next week or two. I know a lot of people have applied on the site, and we are going to be sending stuff out about once a month now. Rob, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're trying to do once a month. We, as most of us all have other jobs, obviously, and most of us are in the brewing industry, so we had to attend to our needs and what was important to us and we kind of got sidetracked, but we're back on track, and we're getting ready to vet for another round, especially with the holidays coming up. We might do a November round late, and then do another one in December, depending on how much money we can bring in. Mark Haney just texted me and said if we can do a vintage beer tasting with all his beers to raise money, he would like to do that. So that would be something cool.
That would be very cool.
Yeah, and so we're thankful that we're all working. All of us here are working right now. We're thankful for that. And if anybody has any ideas, please let us know. We have a lot of stuff that's going on right now. We have a lot of good people, and we think that we're going in the right direction. It was a little overwhelming at first because we had such great support, and we had to kind of ground ourselves and get it to where it was going. And the community's just been incredible. So thank you.
We're fledgling. We have a fledgling chapter starting in Pennsylvania, which I have to reach out to Jason, who works for Proximity Malt. So they already brewed a beer. We have that in the works. We just don't have a timeline as to when, because something pops up. Is New Jersey Brewers Association wants to do a beer, and then I think we have to give it time, because it's everybody has their own crosses to bear right now. It's a tough time for everybody, ownerships, employees. I mean, John will tell you, I tell him every day, I sleep like crap. I'm tired every day. My mind doesn't shut off because I have so many things going, and just get tired.
Yeah, it's tough for everybody. So we've been on for a while. I'm going to kind of let some people go. Jordan, Circle Liquors, what do you got going on over there, Circle Liquors?
We're getting ready for the holidays. So Christmas display up, gift sets are there. They're ready for you. We're doing baskets, bourbon, hot category. We're beefing that up, so we're ready there. And my ever-rotating, my ever-rotating front door with the craft beers in there, IPAs, all the hops you need, EQ, Timber, Marlowe, they're all there. It's all rotating. And, as always, Bobby's Tuckahoe is always rotating in and out. And Bobby, I got to shout out another brewery. Reverend came today, so we have them.
You there tomorrow?
You have Reverend?
All right,
yeah,
Reverend.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, really? That's crazy. If you guys don't know the Reverend, they're open fermenting, blending. It's crazy great stuff.
Killer.
I called him one day because I went in there on a weekend, and I was like walking down the beer aisle. I'm like, man, Reverend, right? And I'm like, I texted him. I'm like, dude, you didn't tell me. He's like, I just threw him on the shelf to see if anybody would find him. I'm like, I took one of each.
Yep.
That's a nationally sought after beer.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
They brew in Pennington, Ewing area, Mercer County. And there's nobody like them until, of course, Amanda and Sean get their stuff together over there. We're going to have a similar kind of thing in our backyard here in Atlantic City at the Seed. So, Jordan, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Adam,
adios
Bobby,
to you.
John.
For now.
Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan. Bobby, what do you got going on over there at Tuckahoe?
Let's see. We have a new beer coming out next week. The labels, I just got an email before I came on. The labels are supposed to get shipped today, but they're getting shipped the 19th. So we'll can it next week, called Glorious Warrior. Pretty cool label. That's a IPA. It should really be labeled a double IPA because it's 8.2%, but it's got some banging hops in it. And Corey's going to brew an Imperial Stout on Friday called Most Dangerous. It's 9%.
Is that named after you?
Maybe. But
all right. So, and guys, if you guys have any suggestions or anything that you guys think for Brewery Strong, you can always get Rob on Instagram at I Sell Tuckahoe Beer. Email the Brewery Strong page, or just leave us a message. We'll go from there. Rob, thanks so much. We'll chat with you later, man. Thank you.
Hey, Rob.
And Adam.
Yes.
So we're going to have a stout to brew over there at Garden State Brewing Company.
Hell yeah, we are.
So once you get your timeline together, let us know, and we'll make sure that we can, let the people know where it is, when it's coming out, and do a little something special. Maybe who God knows what's going to be going on when it comes out, but we'll do something with it.
Well, I mean, I hope we can have as many people, as many people as we can to the brew day. You know, you two specifically, Eric, his wife. You know, have some fun with it. I am looking forward to it. That beer was great. I've heard a lot about Eric. I never met him face to face, but I got to chat with him on Monday, and he's a really good dude. So I'm really excited to get his beer on in production and serve it at GSB. I'm really stoked. Really stoked.
Well, please make sure you tell everybody at GSB thanks for their hospitality. And,
Absolutely, I will.
And we appreciate everything. Okay?
Absolutely. All right. Thank you.
Take care. See you. Well, Vic, I just want to say before we wrap things up, thank you so much for everything you did to put it together. And thank you to all the people that took time to drop a beer off at GSB. We're going to get those score sheets out. Incredible amount of beers and not a stinker in the bunch.
No, it was a great time. Great time. I'm really proud of all the brew clubs that participated. Brew Jersey and OCHBA. I think we had someone from at least one or two from Barley Legal also involved in that. So very, very pleased with all the participation and the great beers that they made. So I'm very, very proud of them all.
I'm really amazed at the quality. I'm not amazed at the quality because South Jersey represents. All right, let's just go right there. But I'm really happy. I mean, we saw a lot of great beers. You know, we had somebody that placed second in two categories right behind the winner. Right behind the winner within a point or two. And I know it's arbitrary. When you lose by a point, you're like, ugh. Doesn't mean your beer wasn't good. It just means that, you know, wasn't your night that night. But thank you to everybody who their blood, toil, sweat, and tears for making those beers and bringing them out to us. And we enjoyed ourselves and very, very, very excited about the amount of money we raised for Brewery Strong and a couple people that we can help with that money.
Definitely.
I want to do a shameless plug right now. Tomorrow night, I am hosting on Cape May Brewing Company's Facebook page and our YouTube page, Thirsty Thursdays. Every third Thursday for the rest of the year, I'm going to be hosting a event with Cape May Brewing Company. Tomorrow night, we have Mark Graves and Chris Costello on to talk about some of their fundraising and some of their new beers that are coming out. We're going to do that monthly. Stop by, check us out. It's something different. Pretty excited about it. Cape May is one of the flagship breweries in the state, and they put out some great stuff. And I think it's a lot of places that want to be at that point, but they've worked really hard to get where they're at, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And I'm looking very forward. That's going to be a 6:00 start tomorrow night on the Cape May Brewing Company Facebook page and the South Jersey Beer Scene YouTube page. So check us out if you get a chance. And I don't know, Vic, take us out of here. Tell us something cool.
Something cool? Well, just happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yes.
Get some good beers. Visit Jordan's place if you're down that way and get some. And enjoy your family, and have a great start to the holiday season.
Yeah, and same from me. And stay safe. And guys, I work in the medical field. It's real, whether you believe it or not. It's real. Please be safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. And we'll all get through this. There's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. See these vaccines coming out, but we just got to be careful for a couple more months. So do whatever you can. Hug that loved one, but wear your mask. And, if you don't agree with me, great. I'm just telling you, I see it every day. And, that's my opinion. Anywho, probably shouldn't have said that, Vic, but I just feel like I needed to. You know what I've been dealing with for daily.
You're in the medical field, so I know what you've been dealing with for sure.
So everybody, thank you. Cheers. And we'll see you soon.
Cheers, everyone.
And thanks again for everybody that participated. We really do appreciate your beers. They were great. Thanks. Cheers.
All right, have a great holiday. Bye-bye.